Hello, good afternoon folks, this is a Zulu here, better known as Steve. I've got to apologise today, the way I sound. I was in Camberley High Street and a guy lit a fag up not far away from me and I took the smoke full blast, and in my condition it's not a very good thing. Got a lot to show you today, and today's been one of the best digs I've had for ages. This week's been absolutely, for quality, it's been second to none. And as you thought it can't get better, it has. So first of all I had to do a bit of shopping first, pick up a book and a few other bits and pieces, so I went into a charity shop and scored big time. The first album of the score in the charity shop was this album, and it's Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. Now this album is in absolute pristine condition. It's excellent plus. And it's got stuff on at the back like I'm 18, $1 Billion Babies, Elected, No More Mr. Nice Guy, Muscle of Love, Teenage Lament. It's got like the 1930s gangster theme on the front, and it's just an amazing album. For what you can see what I paid for it at the top, £4. It's just an amazing condition. Really made up with this album. The vinyl's just the same as well. Doesn't look like it's seen a needle. It's an absolutely beautiful condition. The next album from that little haul was this one. I picked this one up as well, Welcome to My Nightmare. I wasn't going to pick this one up because I've got it on CD, but I've never seen it on out. I have. It's always been very expensive. This album, it's still got the seal on, the cling wrap. It hasn't welded to the cover or anything, but I bought the album for two reasons. That is Cold Ethel, and it's got my favourite Alice Cooper track of all time on it. It's called Stephen. If you ever get a chance after this film, just Google it, YouTube it, and to me that is my favourite Alice Cooper song. But you can see all the big hits like Welcome to My Nightmare is a good song. You got Only Women Bleed. I believe Julie Covington did a cover version of that around about 1979, 1980, and that got to number one in the charts. But I bet coming from Alice, it was a bit of a controversial song. But yeah, it's got all this stuff on. But this again album is an absolute pristine condition. It's still got the wrap on it, and it doesn't look like it's seen much needle action. But that was definitely a great buy today as well, and all from a charity shop as well. Couldn't believe it. The third album would be right up Greg Street, and it's got his all-time hero playing on it, and that's the best of Rainbow. Richie Blackmore was in this band, and it's got all them massive hits on like All Night Long, Man on the Silver Mountain, Long Live Rock and Roll, you name it, it's got it basically. And that's all the songs there. But it's also got a nice gatefold, and it's got a beautiful picture of Richie Blackmore into one of his poses, look there. And it's got some great stuff in there, all from a charity shop. You can't beat this. Yeah, and yeah, it's just the best of Rainbow. It's just unbelievable what you find in the charity shops around here. Other than that, they ain't got no taste in music. But yeah, this was definitely a great pickup from a charity shop, the best of Rainbow. Can't wait to play that. Now, another one was a charity shop one, and this absolutely shocked me. So I picked up one of the albums the other day, and this is UFOs, The Wild, The Willing and The Innocent. Still in the shrink wrap. Again, they've just broke it open. Whoever bought this knew how to store records. He's still got the anti-static on. But on this one. I'm just trying to find the year. 1981 this album was. Looked like Schenker had left. But yeah, I was surprised to see this one in a charity shop. This is definitely a great sort of charity shop haul. You don't see this sort of stuff in there long. I did pick up a CD as well as part of the haul, and I'm sure I've got this. This is the Lamb of God, but for 99 pence I'm not leaving it behind, but I'm pretty sure I've got that. If anybody is interested in it or wants it, hit me up below. And if I haven't got it, if I have got it, I'll send it to you. But yeah, this is the Lamb of God, Ashes of the Wake. But I'm 99% sure I've got that one. But yeah, now we're heading to the Rock Box in Camberley, and it's an amazing dig there today, just for quality. The first one I bought was another Hawkwind album. Didn't cost me a lot of money. I wouldn't spend, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't have paid a lot for it either, because like I said, if you saw in my previous video, I got an album of theirs, a Hawkwind, and I like the early stuff, I like the first 3 albums. But yeah, this album's 1970, and or it could be one of their early albums, I don't know. But these albums, I mean, they go for stupid money. And I nearly went to see them live, but they're still going today. These albums to pick up are really, really price-wise horrible. They tend to be absolutely eye-wateringly expensive. I picked up this programme. This is World Tour 2005 by The Priest. This is when I believe Rob Halford rejoined them. Angel of Retribution Tour. And it's got some lovely pictures. Yeah, it's got some lovely pictures. Oh, that's right, it is, I'm right. It's got lovely pictures inside of Rob and the lads. And this will definitely go into the collection. But I feel a bit of a fraud owning a programme when you've never been to the show. But I went to the Painkiller tour about 91, 92, and I couldn't afford a programme then because I was really broke. So it's sort of payback. But I'd kill for a Painkiller programme. But this is the actual programme. You get all some nice glossy pictures, and it's just a nice piece. But for what I pay for it, a couple of quid, you're getting stuff like that in it, and yeah, you can't beat it. I love picking this sort of stuff up. Goes into the collection. But as I say, you feel a bit of a fraud if you haven't been to the show. There's the merch page and all this stuff, and there's another bit telling you about all their records. And there's Rob Halford on his motorcycle. Apparently, I'm not sure, but I think he had a bit of a spat with Freddie Mercury, because I don't believe they got on. And Freddie Mercury didn't like the fact Rob Halford rode a motorcycle on stage. And I think, I don't know, I read somewhere it caused a bit of a spat between them, because they were sort of having a go at each other or something. But whether it's true or not, I don't know. It's all rock and roll. Now, this album I've been looking at for ages, but I never pulled the trigger on it until today. And I'm glad I did. And this is a band, Foo Manchu. This is sort of American punk, stroke stoner. I wouldn't say it was stoner. I'd say it was more punk rock myself. But it may have the stoner influences in, I don't know. But I treat myself to this. This is Foo Manchu, Go For It Live. This was recorded in 2003. But we was arguing today. I think Christopher Lee played Foo Manchu in those horror films, didn't he? And they were quite violent, and he used to show them about 6 o'clock in the evening. And you see blokes get decapitated and all this stuff. But this is definitely the band Foo Manchu. But I picked it up. I thought it was a gatefold, but it's not. You get some nice pictures of them. This is actually a live album of theirs. But yeah, I picked this up today. I was listening to it today. It's really good. But it's quite weird, strange band. This is one I went in the collection as well. And you've got all their stuff on there. You rarely see these. I've heard of this band before, but you rarely see their stuff. But yeah, amazing band. It's sort of a new discovery for me. But, but I'm not blind to them. I'm not going to say it was a blind buy, because I'm aware of them. But it's nice to own one of their albums. Now, 2 of the CDs. Well, sorry, I've got 3 CDs to show you. And this one was the best of the lot to me. And this is a band that was in the 70s, and I don't think people took it that seriously, and that was the Alex Harvey band. This is their Live at the BBC CD. What happened was, this band, excuse me about my chest, me throat, it's starting to go a bit funny. But with Alex Harvey, they were sort of famous for one song, that was Delilah. And everybody sort of tarred them with that brush. but this band were awesome. Check them out if you haven't already. But whenever I see their stuff, I always pick it up. Sadly, I think they only made 3 or 4 albums because Alex Harvey himself died in Zeebrugge in Belgium. He was only a young bloke, he weren't that very old. But I think it was 1980 when he died. But it's definitely one of my favourite bands of the 70s. People go on about Nazareth, them sort of bands, but just for me, check out Alex Harvey. You'll be well surprised how good they were. They don't, to me, they're very, very underrated. But that's sort of the track listing. You've got Delilah on here. It wouldn't be an Alex Harvey band without Delilah. But I thought I picked this one up, and it weren't very expensive either. I've got about 3 of their albums now, and about 4 or 5 of their CDs. They're just absolutely great. Give them a chance, folks. You might, decide you like them. But the next CD which shocked me. This is one for Greg the Egg. This is the brand spanking new Axel Rudy Pell CD, and it's only been out a couple of weeks, and it's called A Night's Call. I thought I picked it up fairly cheap, but I thought I'd get it quick, because as soon as this lot goes on Amazon, his stuff tends to be extremely expensive. But this album apparently has only been out a couple of weeks, so I can't wait to play that. And I was absolutely shocked when I saw it in the shop. Greg likes these, Greg the Egg, so I thought of you when I bought it, brother. But yeah, this is the Axel Rudy Pell Night's Call. I think it's only been out a week. I may be wrong, maybe a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's another guy you want to check out. Greg introduced me to this bloke, and he's a phenomenal guitarist, and he's just awesome. And I think he used to sing with a band called Steeler. Now I've got one of their albums, which, don't get me wrong, it's very, very good. But I've heard the 2 they did before that, and they're even better. So I'm always on the lookout for stuff by Steeler. But yeah, check this one out. I was really shocked to buy this. But last, by no means least, to me, is one of the best bits I bought today. I couldn't believe it. And that is this. It's Rammstein's Volkerball. And what you get is a DVD with live concerts. That's on for like an hour and a half or whatever. And I think you get them from France, England, Japan and Russia. You get Live in Nimes, which is an audio CD. I don't know where Nimes is. Someone no doubt will tell me. I know it's somewhere in Europe. But you're getting all the big songs like Rice, Lynx, all that stuff. Du Hast and America, Du Rich so gut. I actually worked out what that meant. I think it means you smell so good, but my German's no good. If somebody speaks German, please correct me. But I wanted to know what Du Rich so gut meant. I think it means you smell so good, but I might be wrong. If any German folk are watching this, I apologise for slaughtering your language. Plus you get the bonus DVD. You get a lot of like bonus footage, interviews and all that stuff. But I couldn't believe when I saw this, and I had to have it. It wasn't very expensive either. But this is my best pick of the lot. This is Rammstein. I really like the band. What I liked about Rammstein was I think they started about 93. And instead of going down that route where all the American bands did and all the British metal rock bands did, they came out with their own sound, which is industrial. And if you want to hear a good album of theirs, go for Mutter or Mother. I've read that's one of the best industrial metal albums ever recorded. That's what this columnist says. It is very good. But this Rammstein, they're like industrial metal is the best way of describing them. But I absolutely love them. I think they're brilliant. But some of their lyrics are very risque. But I think they're very controversial in Germany for a few things which I'm not going into today because of time. But I must warn you, I mean, they do sing in German, but it works. Some of my friends love them and some hate them. It's what we call in England a Marmite band. You either love it or hate it. But yeah, I was well shocked when I picked this up today. And yeah, this is really good. It's a special edition at Rammstein Live World Tour. pack, and it wasn't that expensive, because this sort of stuff, I mean, it goes for stupid money, more than I could afford. And I was quite pleased to discover a Rammstein CD I could actually afford. So there's me today's offering. There will definitely be no more hunting now for ages, because I'm broke. I've spent my budget, so I'm absolutely skint now, so that's me done. But I'm going to list this lot and enjoy it. And thanks for watching anyway, folks. I'm going to go now, and I wish you all a happy and nice day. The good news is ABBA are reformed. They've just recorded 2 new tracks. I've decided I'm going to immigrate to Canada at Christmas, and I'm going to become an ice sculpture in Greg the Egg's garden. I shall sit out in his garden, and he can chip me off with a hammer and bolster every morning. Man, that's bad news. If you're an ABBA fan, it's great news, but if you're not, but yeah, that's the good news. But I bid you all farewell, and love each other, and peace out, folks. This is the Zulu saying bye, and the next time you see me I should be at home. Take care, bye.